Good morning, children. Welcome to the e-class of DePaul School Baripada. Today, I Tapas sir going to teach Standard 5 students communication or communicate with Cambridge, that is English literature. Today's lesson is lesson number 6, Heidi Learn to Read. This is written by Jonas Pye. So Jonas Spyri is a writer of this story. You can see this is the writer Jonas Spyri. So let's start the story. The following day after dinner, Clara's grandmother, Frau Sissemann, said to Fräulein Rottenmeier, the housekeeper, "Go and bring Heidi to my room. I have some nice books with me that I would like to give her." "But that is just it," replied Fräulein Rottenmeier, throwing up her hand in despair. "Of what use are books to her? She does not even know the alphabet yet. It is quite impossible to teach her anything. The tutor will tell you himself. If he hadn't have the patience of a saint, he would have given up trying to teach her long ago." Well, that is strange. The child does not strike me as being stupid," said Frau Sissemann shortly. "Now go and fetch her. She can look at the picture for the time being." Now it is Clara's grandmother, a physically handicapped grandmother, who told to the housekeeper of their house, that is Miss Rottenmeier, "Please go and call the girl Heidi, because I have some beautiful books with beautiful stories I will give her." Then Rottenmeier told to grandmother that it is of no use because she doesn't know anything about education, because she have no interest in reading anything or studying. The person or the tutor who was teaching her may be having the quality of saint, because might be having that much patience in him. So he tried his best to teach Heidi, but it of no use because he had not learnt anything from that tutor. Then grandmother of Clara told to that housekeeper, "Please go and call her, then also I will talk to her, because it doesn't seem me that that girl Heidi is a stupid girl," means a foolish or a silly girl. You can see Heidi used to stay with her grandfather in a small village near a hillside. Fräulein Rottenmeier was about to say more, but Frau Sissemann had turned away and gone quickly towards her own room. She was very surprised at Fräulein Rottenmeier remark, and was determined to find out more about the whole matter. Perhaps the tutor would have. Although this conversation was so roundabout and lengthy that she felt that it might be difficult to get the root of the problem. Heidi was greatly delighted with the beautiful color picture in the book which grandmother had brought. Suddenly she cried aloud as she turn a page, and when the old lady looked at the child, she saw that the tears were streaming down her cheek. She looked at one of the picture. It depicted a beautiful green pasture with all sort of animals grazing in the mid of the shepherd leaned up his stick and looked happily at his flock. Everything was bathed in golden light, for the sun was just setting on the horizon. Now, Florin Florin Rottenmeier wanted to complain more about Heidi, but grandmother didn't listen to her and she went to her room. She was thinking about what Florin Rottenmeier told about Heidi. She told, "Let me talk to the teacher who is teaching to Heidi what about his education, Heidi." So, when Heidi got the book with beautiful pictures in it, she was so happy to see the books and its picture that she tears came out from her eyes. She was seeing the pictures, green grass and the animals, and started to think something which made her to cry. But when grandmother Sisamayer saw this that Heidi was crying, she asked to her, hand gently, "Don't cry, dear child, don't cry. The picture has reminded you of something, perhaps, but look, there is a beautiful story about it, and I am going to tell you about it tonight. There are many beautiful stories in this book which can be read over and over again. Come now, we must have a chat. So dry your tears and stand in front of me so that I can look at you. That's right, now we are happy again." Heidi tried very hard to stop sobbing, and when at last she succeeded, grandmother said, "Now I want you to tell me something, child. How are you getting on with your lessons? Do you like them? Are you doing well?" "Oh no," replied Heidi, sighing, "but I knew it would be impossible." Now grandmother told to Heidi, "Don't cry, child. There are many stories in this book, and I am going to tell you one after another. Tonight I will surely tell you one of the story. First you stop crying. Why are you crying?" So Heidi tried her best to stop crying, but it was hard for her to control. Then grandmother asked to Heidi, "Tell me about your studies, how it is going on. Is it easy for you to understand?" Then Heidi told slowly that it is impossible for me to read because I am very weak in studies. You can see in the picture, Heidi is with a boy who is grazing the goats, and grandmother was asking her why she was crying. Now, what is impossible, Heidi? What do you mean? I learned to read. It is so difficult. You don't say so. And who told you this? Peter did, as he knows, for he has tried but can't learn. It is too difficult. What a boy Peter must be then. But listen to me, Heidi. We must never believe that the Peter say, but try for ourselves. I am sure you have never paid enough attention to your lesson or looked properly at the letter. Now, Heidi was saying to grandmother that Peter, the shepherd boy, told me that it is very difficult to read anything. Education is very difficult. So it is very difficult for my part to read the book, what is there in the book. Then grandmother told to Heidi that that boy Peter is not a good boy because he didn't study. That's why he is saying that you also cannot study. Don't listen to him. You believe in yourself. Surely it will be a good help for you if you keep faith on yourself and you will read. A time will surely come. It will be easy for you. Don't listen anybody's advice that you are what you cannot read the book, neither it is that much difficult to read, and have faith on yourself and give proper attention to your book. Read properly, give enough time while you are reading. I am sure it will help you to know the letters to read the book. It is of no use, said Heidi. It is right side of resignation. Now, Heidi, listen to what I have to say. You have not been able to read because you believed that Peter said. Now you must believe that I say when I tell you that you can learn to read like many other children who are like you and not like Peter. First, you must know that what happens when you are able to read. Do you see the shepherd on the beautiful green pasture? Well, as soon as you can read, you shall have to have the book for you, your very own, and then you will know the whole story just as if someone were to tell it is to you. What the shepherd did with his sheep and goat and the wonderful thing that happened to him. Wouldn't you like to know all that, Heidi? Now grandmother is saying that you are saying that it is difficult for you to read because somebody like shepherd, that silly boy, told you that you cannot read because he could not read. That's why he told you that you also cannot read. Don't listen to them. Please have faith in yourself and give more attention to your studies. Surely the book which is having a beautiful having so many beautiful pictures, and one of the picture that shepherd boy is standing in the green grasses. Green pasture means green grasses. If you will know how to read the letters, then you will read the story and you will know what happened with the animal of that shepherd and what happened with the shepherd in his life. If somebody will tell you the story, it is of no use. When you will read the story after knowing how to read the letters, then it will be very pleasant for you. You will get more excitement to know about the story and what happened in the life of that shepherd. You can well within your try, you can easily know about the story. So don't think that you cannot read. Don't listen to children like Peter. You only think about your studies and try hard, do hard work, and you will surely able to read this book. Here the pictures. Here it is laying on the ground, thinking about how she had a good life in the village, in the hill area, when she was with her grandmother. Heidi had been listening with keen attention and now exclaimed with sparkling eyes, "Oh, if only I could read already! You will learn in no time. I can see that, Heidi. But now we must go to Clara. Come, we will talk to take the book with us." Grandmother took Heidi's hand and they went together into the study. From the day Heidi had tried to go home and Floline Rottenmeier had scolded her for being so wicked and ungrateful, a change had come over the child. She now knew that she could not go home whenever she liked, but that she had to stay in Frankfurt for a long time. Frankfurt is the name of a city in England. For a long time, maybe forever, there was nobody to whom she could say how homesick. Homesick means missing home. She was of that could not face giving grandmother who has so kind to her cause to be angry of Fräulein Rottenmeier had been. Now Fräulein Rottenmeier, the housekeeper, got angry on Heidi that you are always thinking that you will go home and spend the time or waste the time. You don't have that much respect for uh, that your grandmother who is taking so much care and pain to make you get a better education. Instead of trying your best and you're thinking that you will go home, then only you will have a good time. You have to stay here in Frankfurt as long as you could read properly or have a good education. You can see grandmother, Clara and Heidi sitting together having breakfast. She could no longer eat and grew thin. She lay awake for long hours thinking of her life in the mountain. When at last she fell asleep, she dreamt of the red summit. Summit means top of the mountain. And the sunrise and the flower. When she awoke in the morning, she wanted to run happily in the sun, but she soon realized that she was in the big bed in Frankfurt. Then Heidi would weep long and quietly. She had pressed into the pillow so that no one could hear. Heidi's unhappiness did not escape. Grandmother noticed one day. She asked her what the matter was. Heidi was afraid to tell her the truth. She did not want the kind grandmother to think she was an ungrateful child. So she said, "Please, I cannot tell you. Would you tell me, Clara?" Then, now, mm, while she was sleeping at night in the bed, Heidi dreamt about his village, the high mountains, the flowers, the animals, the goats, and she was running about in the sunshine. When he got up, he found that she was sleeping in a big bed of Frankfurt city, and he was very depressed. He was crying, putting his, you can see, putting his head in the pillow that nobody could. You can see in the left side of the picture, putting his head in the pillow and crying, and he was very sad, thinking that she could not go to her village, neither in future also she can go. This sadness was noticed by grandmother. She asked to her, "Why are you so sad? Why are you crying every time?" Then Heidi thought, if I will tell the truth that I am feeling homesick, I want to go home, then grandmother will feel that it will be an ungrateful thing to do or to say so, because grandmother had tried her best to give her a good education, to change her life to better way. So she should not tell to her grandmother that she want to go home. Then grandmother told, you can talk to Clara, who is of your age, your friend as well. Oh no, I can't tell anyone, said Heidi pitifully. Then, little one, let me tell you what to do. When we are in difficulty and we cannot speak about it is anybody, we must pray to God for help. What will lessen our pain? That will lessen our pain. A sudden look of joy came into Heidi's eyes. May I tell him everything? Yes, Heidi, everything. It was about a week after this that the tutor met the grandmother and gave the glad news that Heidi had at last learned to read. He said it looked as though Heidi had learned to read overnight, unlike most beginners. Like life is full of miracles. Frona Sissaman smiled. Now we must be glad the child has made a good beginning and hope for her future progress. Now, grandmother told to Heidi, if you cannot say the thing which you have in your heart, it's better you say to God. God Almighty listens everything or everybody who prays, especially the children, whatever they ask for or whatever they keep in their prayer, God Almighty listen to them and they try to fulfill their wish. Then Heidi was so happy, he started to pray to God and told him that what she wants. After 1 week of that incident, the tutor came, who was teaching Heidi, came and told to grandmother that Heidi is now can easily read and write, especially can read the book. And I think in a overnight means within the night, what had happened I don't know, but she was started reading properly as a new beginner do generally when they start studies. The grandmother came to know this good news from the teacher who was teaching Heidi. Now she was thinking that if she could start now know how to read a book, it will be a great help to create a bright future of Heidi. Thinking about the good future of Heidi, grandmother was very happy and pleased. You can see the tutor is teaching Clara and Heidi, and then he came and told to grandmother that Heidi could easily read the book now. The grandmother went down to the study to make sure of the good news. There, sure enough, was Heidi sitting beside Clara and reading aloud to her, evidently very much surprised herself and growing more and more delighted with the new world that was now open to her as the black letter grew alive and turned into man and thing and exciting stories. The same evening at the dinner table, Heidi found the large book in the beautiful picture by her plate. When she looked questioningly at grandmother, the old lady nodded kindly to her and said, "Yes, it is yours now." Now, grandmother came to know that Heidi could easily read the book from the teacher who was teaching her. So grandmother was want to see what they are doing. So she went to the study room. She saw that Clara and Heidi together sitting and reading. Now, when they were sitting on the dining table for breakfast, Clara, Heidi, and grandmother, Heidi used to dream about a book, black letter book, which had beautiful pictures. She used to see the book before, but as she was unable to read the letters, so it was of no use for her. Now, while she was having the breakfast on the table, Heidi found that same book was beside her plate. She asked to grandmother that what is about this book. Then grandmother nodded her head and told, "Now onwards this book belongs to you, because you can read you will have this book and you will know the story of the book." You can see grandmother is saying to Heidi. Grandmother went to the study room where both of them were reading. She told Heidi that now onwards you can have this book with you. "Mine to keep always, even when I go home?" asked Heidi, flushed with happiness. "Yes, of course, forever," grandmother assured her, "Tomorrow we will start to read it." Before she went to bed, Heidi looked at her book, and from that day on, her greatest pleasure was to read over and over again the stories which belong to the beautiful picture. Now, Heidi told to grandmother, "What? Can I have this book when I will go back to my home?" Grandmother told, "Yes, this book is for you forever and ever. Whenever you want, you will read." Then Heidi was thinking that it will be so much easy for me to know about the story. Before I used to see the pictures or photos of this book, but I was unable to read the book because I was not knowing in the letters. Now I could easily read after getting teaching or from our tuition tutor. Now I could easily read the letters of those pictures in the book and try to know the story very well. That thinking made Heidi get more happy, that now it will be a great pleasure for me to know the story in the book along with the pictures. You can see here all of them, three of them were sitting in the dining table and eating with the housekeeper Rottenmeier. Now grandmother told that this book is forever. You can have this book when you will go back to your home. This is the story of a girl called Heidi, how due to her hard work and her dedication, she could easily read the book, which previously he was illiterate. He didn't know how to read. Neither she had the belief that she could read someday. Due to the inspirational word from grandmother, now she could easily read the book, which she used to see for the pictures. Now, along with the pictures, she could read the story of the book. This is the end of the story, children. It is a very beautiful story about a girl who from illiteracy came and passed his illiteracy, left her illiteracy from her life and became a person who can read and write. And if you also think your life to be in a better future, for a better future, you have to work hard with your studies. You have to be dedicated towards your studies. You have to be a discipline and try to obey your parents and your teachers, so that this little thing will help you to make a bright future if you are strong in your education. Bye bye, children. Have a good day. God bless you.